Eyewitness News with Edie Tarbox and Victoria
Corderi. Bill Evans with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast and the Eyewitness News team. Now, Eyewitness News.
Good afternoon, I'm Edie Tarbox.
And I'm Victoria Corderi. Well, it appears to be open season on Pepsi Cola as more reports surface of syringes found in containers of the soft drink. People in 19 states have now reported discovering hypodermic needles in cans of diet and regular Pepsi. Hoax, copycat crime, or industrial sabotage, no one seems to know for sure. Tim Minton is live right now with the very latest. Tim.
We're at a Waldbaum's in the Baychester section of the Bronx where it was a Pepsi 2-liter bottle that had a needle in it. At least that was the allegation from a young Baychester boy. It would happen on Sunday. They've now taken the Pepsi off the shelves. They're not selling it. And as federal investigators try to separate facts from possible hoaxes and some stores clear their shelves, Pepsi today went on defense. The heart of Pepsi's point is a manufacturing process in which cans are turned upside down before being filled. And the time between filling and capping is just 1 second.
The reality is that can is probably the most tamper-proof container of any food and beverage in America, so that's the dilemma we have.
Appearing on Good Morning America today, Pepsi's president put a brave face on what's at least an expanding public relations problem. Fueling the crisis are allegations like this one from Bronx 9-year-old Louis DiNapoli, who says he was watching TV wrestling and drinking Pepsi from a bottle Sunday when he got an unpleasant surprise.
I poured it in the glass and I drank it. And then I felt something pinch me over here. And when I went to take it out, it hit me up here. And then after that, I ran to my uncle.
And what was it when you took it out of your mouth?
A needle. It was a needle this big.
Like other alleged victims around the country, Lewis apparently suffered no injury or illness. And Pepsi, in declining to order a recall, strongly implies it suspects that most of the complaints are made up.
And I assume people will use reasonable judgment and recognize this for what it probably is.
And in fact, many Waldbaum shoppers say they're inclined to give Pepsi the benefit of the doubt while investigators investigate.
I like Pepsi. I personally like Pepsi. I don't drink the other brand names and stuff, and this would not intimidate me because I feel it could happen to any company or any area of food and stuff like that, but I would not change Pepsi. No way.
And while some of the complaints may well be legitimate, there is evidence at this hour that some of them are not. In New York City last night, one man went to a hospital, said he had found a syringe and a can of Pepsi, but when the hospital called police, the man disappeared. And in central Pennsylvania, a man has been arrested on federal charges of filing a false report, which could send him to jail for 5 years, and he might have to pay a $250,000 fine. We're live in the Bronx. Tim Minton, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
And we have another consumer warning for you. Reports of pins and needles in products from the LePage bakeries in Maine. Now, agriculture officials there issued the warning after receiving more than a dozen reports. So far, there have been no injuries, and the company is not recalling its products, which are marketed under various brand names in 6 New England states, New York and northern New Jersey.
A New Jersey driver finds himself in trouble with the law today. Police say it was a frightening ride for a bicyclist hit this morning by a driver with an expired license. The car and bike are now at a police precinct in Washington Heights, and now the accused driver could be facing even more trouble. Bertha Coombs is live with more. Bertha?
Edie, this morning, the 25-year-old victim, the cyclist Edwin Zapata, is undergoing surgery, being prepped for surgery at Columbia Presbyterian Hospital. He suffered some serious damage to his knee. The man who was driving the Jeep that struck him, 32-year-old Salvatore Bernice, might have gotten away, say police, but 2 officers saw the whole thing happen. The transit cops were on a robbery stakeout when 32-year-old Salvatore Bernice got into an accident right in front of them. The officers say the Lodi man was driving erratically, then struck a bicyclist with his Jeep and kept right on going.
We went into immediate pursuit, all right, after the vehicle. There were sparks flying out the back of his vehicle as he was driving down Dyckman Street towards the Harlem River Drive, okay? He still had the bicycle underneath the car.
The accident happened at the corner of Nagel and Dyckman Streets in Washington Heights, just a few blocks from the George Washington Bridge, an area police have been targeting for suburban New Jersey drug buyers who travel the bridge to get in and out of the neighborhood quickly. Investigators believe Bernice had made his way to Washington Heights earlier in the evening for crack cocaine.
and on the driver's seat is 1 vial of crack. So once we find that, we proceeded to search the vehicle, and we went to search his purse, and he had the crack right there in his right pocket.
Now, police believe that Bernice was lost in the Inwood section of Washington Heights when he struck the cyclist. They have checked his record, and they say as far as they know, he has a clean driving record except for the fact that his license expired last March. Right now, he will be facing serious charges involving the hit and run. He has been tested for driving under the influence and will no doubt also face charges for the drugs they found in his possession. We are live at the 34th Precinct in Washington Heights. I'm Bertha Coombs, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
This is just into Eyewitness News. Emergency medical service units are treating more than 30 students who have suffered apparent heat stroke at their school in the Corona section of Queens. EMS says the students were practicing graduation ceremonies in a room that was not fully ventilated.
Death today on the Long Island Railroad, a pedestrian struck by a train. The victim is a white male and he is still unidentified. He was hit by an eastbound train at the Avery Road crossing on the Huntington line between Cold Spring and Syosset. No passengers were on that train. It was hauling equipment at the time. The accident happened around 2 a.m. And violence in the subway today. A supervisor at a Harlem subway station was shot and wounded this morning. She was hit in the leg at the IRT station at Lenox Avenue and 125th Street. The woman is being treated at Harlem Hospital while transit police search the tunnels for the shooter.
Police on Long Island say they have their man, and today he's facing justice. A Nassau County man is being arraigned today on charges of killing his 17-month-old grandnephew. Police say Mark Mitchell went on a rampage yesterday with a machete, killing the boy and injuring his own father and a 3-year-old grandniece. Mitchell has been in and out of jail and psychiatric institutions.
A last-minute deal in Albany avoided what would have been a death sentence for rent control laws in the state. Just before midnight last night, Republicans and Democrats agreed to extend rent regulations for another 8 days while they try to iron out their differences. The laws affect more than 2.5 million New Yorkers, most of them in the city. And the city of Hoboken will have a new mayor on July 1st. Voters yesterday elected City Councilman Anthony Russo over attorney Ira Karasik, 55% to 45%. During the campaign, Russo called Karasik a hippie with few ties to the community. Karasik accused Russo of representing old-line machine politics in Hoboken.
From New Jersey to New York, a killer among us is ravaging the population, eliminating an unbelievably high number of young men. A new report out today shows that AIDS is now the leading killer of men aged 25 to 44 in New York, New Jersey, California, Florida, and Massachusetts. Locally, AIDS is killing more than a third of the men in New York City ages 25 to 44. In New Jersey, more than a half of the young men dying in Elizabeth die of AIDS. And in Connecticut, 32% of the young men who die are dying of AIDS. Dr. Jay Adlersberg has more on these grim and shocking statistics.
Those are the harsh and sobering numbers. These are the tragic pictures. Young men and women cut down in their prime, literally spending their last days watching themselves waste away and die.
When people aged 25 to 44-year-old die, society loses out by the fact that they are not around to contribute.
Dr. Weisfuse has seen firsthand what the scourge of AIDS is doing to New York City. The report in JAMA confirms what he's known all along. The spread of AIDS is not slowing down and will keep draining the city's public health care.
There's going to be a need for more AIDS-related care. More people are going to be getting sick. It's going to be causing more of a stress on the healthcare system.
This is a terrible new reality that we're living with.
Matilda Krim is with the American Foundation for AIDS Research. She has seen many people die of AIDS in New York, and she says we can't keep hoping for a cure. According to Krim, the only way to halt the deadly spread of AIDS is warning children before it's too late.
We have done a terrible job in educating young people. We have let them believe that this was a disease of older people, which it is not. One-third of these young adults were infected in their teen years.
And to back that up, Krim says her group estimates that 2 years ago, 5,000 teens in the New York City schools had the AIDS virus and didn't know it. Now she says that virus is a time bomb quietly ticking in their bodies, a time bomb that will go off when they're young adults. On the Upper West Side, I'm Dr. Jay Adlersberg, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And when we continue with Eyewitness News, another controversy for President Clinton.
You remember the general accused of making remarks about the president? Well, now Mr. Clinton is finally addressing the issue.
Plus, a young girl does the unthinkable. Find out what she does because she's so distraught over her mother's illness.
And later, how your kids could be playing a potentially deadly game with garage doors and how you can prevent an accident. That's later on Eyewitness News.
Bing is the category. Players spin the wheel, they pick a letter, they solve a puzzle, they win lots of money, millions of people watch.
L.
2 L's, yep.
An O.
Care to solve the puzzle?
Be a wheel watcher.
Tonight at 7:30, right here on Channel 7.
It's America's game.
Come on over. Bring the wife and kids. You got 8 German shepherds that aren't toilet trained? Well, bring them along anyway.
Why is chock full of nuts the coffee that's so inviting? Maybe it's the beans.
The cockroach. Once it gets rolling, seems nothing breeds as fast. 40 in 3 weeks, thousands in just 3 months. That's why you need Raid Max. Raid Max roach spray not only kills tough roaches on contact, it kills their next generation as well, killing new roaches for up to 4 months, guaranteed. So stop roaches before they really get rolling with Raid Max roach spray. Because roaches breed like roaches, but nothing keeps killing like Max. From S.C. Johnson Wax.
I love paying half price.
It's half price time at ShopRite.
ShopRite's half price sale saves me so much money.
Half price?
Half price?
Half price. I like that. Cook smoked ham shank portion half price, 74 cents a pound. Ever-ready Energizer batteries half price, $1.64. All Stouffer's pizzas or entrees half price. And come to the Ukrainian Festival June 19th at the Garden State Arts Center.
We save you money.
Pay half price.
ShopRite does it right.
Jeopardy has a challenge for everyone.
In 1964 and 1967, this Cardinals pitcher was named World Series MVP.
Make time to take the Jeopardy challenge.
Tonight at 7 here on Channel 7.
It is a waiting game at the White House. President Clinton says he wants a written report from Air Force Chief of Staff Merrill McPeak before deciding what action to take against a general who made derogatory remarks about the president. The president at a White House ceremony welcoming the president of Namibia chose his words carefully in a response to a question about what he might do in this case.
This thing has proceeded in a very orderly fashion, and I was assured by the Secretary of Defense and by General McPeak that I would get a prompt and timely report, and when I do, then we'll decide what the appropriate thing to do is.
General Harold Campbell reportedly called the president a pot-smoking, womanizing, and draft-dodging commander-in-chief.
Former Texas Governor John Connally's body will lie in state before tomorrow's funeral in Austin, Texas. Flags in that state are flying at half-staff. Connally died yesterday of lung disease at the age of 76. He's remembered by many from the deadly day in Dallas when he was seriously wounded by the gunfire that killed President Kennedy. In Florida, the tragic story of a little girl who missed her mother so much she felt life was too painful to live and committed suicide. Police say 6-year-old Jackie Johnson, the girl on the left of the photo, had been depressed. Her mother suffers from a terminal illness. And as a train approached as she was walking to school, the little girl went onto the tracks, refusing to get off, even after her brother tried to push her away. The girl said she wanted to be with her mother.
Pain and suffering is not new to the people of Somalia, but for the second night there were no U.S.-led attacks on the forces of a powerful warlord in Mogadishu. And peace means a chance to distribute food and resume the humanitarian mission.
The docks were busy today in Mogadishu. The food distribution has resumed to feeding centers throughout the capital city. Italian UN troops along for security. And at the feeding center, lines, long ones. The tensions of the past week between Somalis and UN forces interrupted the steady flow of food to the hungry. Each large sack is divided among 10 families. This woman and others are not satisfied with the quality of the food supply. She says it isn't good enough to give to cattle. Some Somalis take the food to local markets to trade for other goods. The UN expects distribution to pick up once workers who have fled the violence returned. But the decision must be up to the individual.
It really depends on the type of program and where they're working. But as the situation stabilizes, more and more people will come back, and we think it's good enough to start warning people coming back as soon as possible now.
And as peace prevails in Mogadishu, the distribution routes will spread to the areas where tension has been the greatest. Some workers are waiting to see how that goes before making a decision to return.
When we continue with Eyewitness News, Bill Evans has the exclusive AccuWeather forecast.
We are in for a bit of uncomfortable weather, and we'll tell you why.
They're young and beautiful and innocent, and whew, do their professors know it. Did a professor try to abuse you?
In the worst way possible.
I was scared to death. It was almost like my father was touching me.
We're talking about sex, abusing his authority for his own sexual pleasure at the cost of my daughter.
We're talking about, did you have sex with those students? Student-teacher sex on campus on the next Oprah. Today at 4, followed by Eyewitness News right here on Channel 7.
Introducing Friendly's new Chicken Oriental Salad. The new Chef Salad. And the new Seafood Salad. Each of which comes with a free yogurt or watermelon roll sundae. A friendly reminder that your salad days are just beginning.
My vacation was coming soon, but not in a bikini. No way. I had to lose weight. So I used the Quick Trim 14-day weight loss system, and I went from this to this, and I lost the weight I needed.
Quick Trim from Cybergenics is the all-natural, medically designed 14-day weight loss system that's 100% guaranteed to help you lose the weight or your money back.
For me, Quick Trim was a dream come true.
Available at GNC, Sears, Duane Reade, and other fine health food stores.
I really stock up during ShopRite's half-price sale.
It's half-price week at ShopRite.
I paid full price, and I paid half price. Half price is definitely better. I love paying half price.
Minute Maid orange juice half price, 99 cents. Flavor King ice cream half price, 99 cents. Sweet Florida corn half price, 8 for 99 cents. And save $5 on tickets to the Meadowlands Fair at ShopRite.
We save you money.
Pay half price.
ShopRite does it right.
Fetch the paper. Roll over. Big? Say, you should play Take 5, the game 500,000 New Yorkers win every week. Be a winner. Play Take 5.
So sweet. So irresistible. No wonder everybody's picking California grapes, the natural snack.
Well, to quote our weatherman, it's a beautimous day.
Absolutely.
It's really beautiful.
Yes, you can use that line anytime you would like. And as a matter of fact, by Friday and Saturday, the favorite phrase around the city will be, hot enough for you yet? Let's look outside on the Upper West Side, where it is just simply gorgeous today. Low humidity, a northwest wind, a beautiful day today. It really has been feeling nice. A great day to get out and get a little jog or take a little bike ride or a walk, even enjoy lunch outside today. The afternoon will not be oppressively hot. It will simply be gorgeous. When the humidity's low, that's when it's nice. 80 degrees right now, humidity 46%. See how low that is? The barometer has been rising because high pressure moving in from the Great Lakes right across the area, giving us winds that have been out of the northwest at 9. A simply beautiful day today. All the components of the weather just picture perfect, making it so gorgeous outside. No rain in the last 24 hours. Parts of the area yesterday did get some scattered showers. That was Rockland, Orange County, northern Westchester, and Long Island overnight. But in the city, it missed all 5 boroughs. Satellite pictures over the last 24 hours. Looking at such a gorgeous day today. Nary a cloud in the sky across our part of the tri-state area. However, there's the cold front that moved through yesterday, and you can see the whiter clouds, the bigger tops, as we call them, were moving across the northern fringes of the forecast area. There they are right there in those scattered thunderstorms that moved through last night. There was golf ball, baseball-sized hail in the central portion of the state overnight, 50-mile-per-hour winds, and 2 tornadoes reported in areas in between Binghamton and Albany yesterday. The rest of the country is seeing some pretty good weather, too, behind that high-pressure system across the Great Lakes. But heading down south, it really changes over to steamy, muggy weather. As a matter of fact, more moisture is coming in off the Gulf, and that's creating what we call those popcorn thunder showers that'll be firing up in the afternoon hours here in a few minutes. But the real concentration of nasty weather is here in the northern Great Lakes and the northern Mississippi Valley, where heavy thunder showers have been firing up through Minnesota, central Wisconsin, and Iowa. That area is seeing some severe weather this hour, but that will keep moving across the Great Lakes and further into Canada. Well, why will we get all this hot weather that's coming up for the weekend? The major reason will be the jet stream. It's going to move well north of the area tomorrow. That allows for Bermuda High out in the Atlantic to work its way back across the east and sets up a real hothouse type situation where the warm, hot air out of the south and southwest comes up from Texas and rides right into the northeast, and we're going to see oppressive heat for Friday and for Saturday. Have to be ready for that. Forecast weather map for this afternoon. Watch 84, a northwest wind, high pressure right over the area. It will be really nice today. Coastal sections will see temperatures a little bit cooler, although it'll be a land breeze later this afternoon and not a sea breeze. Tomorrow will be twice as nice. 2 days in a row where it'll be 84 and low humidity. But look at the orange arrows. That's the warm, hot air that'll be running our way behind this warm front tomorrow. So after tomorrow, Friday really gets oppressively hot as this high pressure system works its way into the Atlantic. Here's the AccuWeather forecast for this afternoon. Look how nice this is. Oh, be sure and hug and kiss the weatherman when you see him today. 84 will be the high this afternoon. Tonight, simply wonderful, as this evening will be clear and comfy, low 62. A great night to be outdoors. And tomorrow, another good day. It'll be right around 84. Cooler around the coast. The sea breezes will kick in tomorrow. But look at Friday and Saturday. Hope you like it hot, as it'll be around 94 then. And Sunday, it cools just a bit. And Monday will be sunny and 86. Do enjoy today and tomorrow, and you might want to check and see if that air conditioner works.
It's looking mighty nice.
Good idea.
Thank you. Well, if you make a list of objects that are dangerous for your kids, you probably come up with things like scissors or forks. I mean, who'd think about their garage door? Well, as we make a house call with Dr. Bob Lanier, he'll explain why your garage door deserves a second look.
This is a mildly dangerous game for the adult to play. About the worst you could expect is a lump on the head as you play garage door roulette. Now, for small children, though, it's a disaster. Since 1982, 36 children have been pinned underneath automatic garage doors and killed. It usually takes two to play, one to activate the garage door, another to dart underneath before it closes. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission urges parents to keep children away from the garage door opener. If you have small children, here are a couple things to do. Make sure the wall mounts aren't convenient to kids. Keep the handheld control locked in the glove box of your automobile. Finally, go out and check your garage door today to see if it has an auto reverse feature. That should make the door reopen if it hits something like your car trunk or your child on its closure. Shouldn't take much to stop it. Think about your garage door like you would your car keys. Not something for kids to play with. I'm Dr. Bob Lanier.
There's more ahead on Eyewitness News. We'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Regis Philbin.
And I'm Kathy Lee Gifford.
Excuse us for interrupting you while you're watching this show.
But we just found out who's going to be on our next show, and we just had to tell you right away.
Hey, listen to this. Coming to you from the Epcot Center in Orlando, here's Ed McMahon telling us what's new in his life.
And she's starring in the story of Tina Turner. Amazing Angela Bassett from What's Love Got to Do with It?
See what we mean? We just had to tell you.
So join us for the next live tomorrow at 9.
Right here on Channel 7.
What I always used to hate to hear was, you have such a pretty face. I was 36 years old and at least 100 pounds overweight. I chose Jenny Craig because of the personal counseling. There are things that you just don't want to share with the group. Carol is the greatest. She was so motivational. She said, call me anytime. And if I hadn't had personal counseling, I don't know if I'd be sitting here now.
Announcing our 3-week introductory program, just $49. Jenny's Cuisine is a required additional purchase. Call Jenny Craig.
Why come to Treasure Island for the best outdoor furniture? For one thing, we guarantee value. We simply will not be undersold. Compare our beautiful quality selection, the world's finest brand names, exquisite fabrics, patterns, textures, vibrant and subtle colors, infinite possibilities. And best of all, we guarantee your satisfaction for as long as you own the furniture. To turn your backyard into a vacation paradise, come to Treasure Island. It's a most unusual store.
I love paying half price.
It's half price time at ShopRite.
ShopRite's half price sale saves me so much money.
Half price?
Half price?
Half price. I like that.
Cook smoked ham shank portion half price, 74 cents a pound. Ever-ready Energizer batteries half price, $1.64. All Stouffer's pizzas or entrees half price, and come to the Ukrainian Festival June 19th at the Garden State Arts Center.
We save you money.
Pay half price.
ShopRite does it right.
A rock singer's hasty retreat from Israel tops today's People in the News. The singer is Elton John, who was scheduled to perform tonight in a sold-out concert in Tel Aviv. But John fled the country yesterday after he was hassled at his hotel by a mob of fans and paparazzi. His manager in London said John feared for his own safety. 40,000 fans who paid an average $50 a ticket still hope he'll come back tonight and perform, and that they'll get their wish. He will perform. He's scheduled for tomorrow night. Here in New York, last night's performance of the Will Rogers Follies had a famous figure turning in a one-time only performance as Wiley Post. When the spotlight zeroed in on that balcony seat, there was Riddick Bowe, heavyweight champion and Brooklyn's gift to the boxing world.
Here are some of the stories coming up on Eyewitness News at 5. Doctors struggle to save the life of a 2-year-old girl suffering from a mystery disorder so rare there's no name for it. Also, safety in the sun. Many sunscreens have a new ingredient that blocks the rays more effectively than ever. And the teachers who usually hear school bells, but today they're hearing wedding bells. We'll have the school book wedding. All this and much more at 5 on Eyewitness News.
And finally today, remember the saying that beauty is in the eye of the beholder? Well, 24-year-old Damien Taylor has won the crown of Miss Winter Sun Quest, the local Australian beauty contest. He wowed the judges with his charm and elegant evening wear, beating out 7 female contestants. Taylor says he's planning to enter the Miss Australia contest next. Go figure.
That's the news for now. I'm Edie Tarbox.
And I'm Victoria Corderi. For Bill Evans and all of us here, make it a great day.
And join us again for Eyewitness News at 5, 6, and 11. We'll look for you tomorrow at noon.
Bye.
Right now, there are great